welcome to the Reach. I got a hat. Oh god. It's terrifying looking.
Be off, Reeker. Ard Caddach refuses to see you. Now go, before I gut you.
The Ard needs to hear what I have to say, my friend. It is imperative that we speak.
There's so many people here.
Good to see you, my friend. It is an ally's desolate place. The Grey Host has turned its attention upon the Reach. The local ruler refuses my help. This so-called Despot of Markarth thinks walls of centuries will hold back their fury.
The Despot of Markarth?
Ard Caddach, self-proclaimed ruler of the Reach. He rarely ventures out of understood keep these days. I've come to offer my assistance, but he refuses to listen. Meanwhile, even here in the shadow of the city, the Grey Host agents plot and conspire.
The Grey
An
Host?
alliance of vampires, witches, and werewolves bent on slaughter and conquest. I want to protect the Reach, but to do that, I need to uncover the Grey Host's plans and secure Ard Caddach's cooperation. Would you be willing to help me in this?
Alright. I'll help you gather information, get an audience with the Despot of Markarth.
With your help, we may save the Reach yet. If I continue to exert diplomatic pressure, I need you to find information the Ard would consider invalid. Something concerning the rebels that played his rule, perhaps. We'll start by talking to the Central.
How does this information help us get an audience with Ard Caddach?
Reachfolk deal in bargains. They respect strength and skill, and they believe in rewarding favors. If we can bring something important to the Ard while demonstrating these qualities, I think he'll agree to hear it out.
Hold on, got a text from Bertrand. You really want to work with someone called the Despot of Markarth?
If we're to stop the Grey Host and help the Reach, we've got a choice. At the very least, we need his resources and support. In my time here, I have heard about these rebels, but I'm not sure of the extent of their rebellion. See what you can learn.
Hold on, guys. I may wait for Bertrand because he just texted me saying he's about to hop on. If we stop the Grey Host and help the Reach. If we're to stop the Grey Host and help the Reach, we don't have a choice. At the very least, we need the resources and support. And in my time here, I've heard about these rebels, but I'm not sure of the extent of their rebellion. Let's see what you can learn. I'll see what I can learn about the rebels and their rebellion.
Remember, remain respectful but wary when dealing with Reachfolk. They don't suffer long speeches, or even short ones. Keep your conversation with the sentry brief and to the point. Once you find something, meet me in Markarth at Understone Keep.
Why did the Grey Host come to the Reach?
Grey Host is somehow connected to the army that ravaged the land in the First Era. Like their ancient counterpart, I assume they seek to conquer and destroy. Need to learn more to know for sure. Meanwhile, we must have the Reach to prepare.
But the Reachfolk are barbarians, aren't they?
No, of course not. Don't mince words. The Reachmen are a stubborn and unruly people. Resort to violence at the least provocation, but despite the opinion of most civilized Tamriel, they aren't frothing barbarians.
They're not?
The Reachfolk possess a distinct culture that you'll see during your time here. They also enjoy the same capacity for virtue and evil as Bretons, Nords, and the other peoples of Tamriel. Animals don't make one a barbarian. Actions do.
Why do you care about this Grey Host and the Reach?
As a noble appearance, I'm here under the guise of a diplomatic mission. However, as the leader of the Raven Watch, my real purpose remains to protect mortals from all manner of supernatural threats.
The Raven Watch? Tom would hate me, by the way.
Of honorable vampires dedicated to restraining the less desirable elements are present. This mandate extends to other supernatural threats, of which the Grey Host is certainly one. And yes, I am a vampire.
You're a good vampire that kills evil vampires.
We do not kill unless no other option presents itself. We seek to offer our kin a different path, to help them find a way to live alongside mortals without fear or temptation, by words and deeds, if possible. By force, if necessary.
Don't have a problem with working with a vampire.
Appreciate the sentiment. The Raven Watch seeks to build a world where mortals and supernaturals can live together in peace. The Grey Host has a different idea, which is why I come to stop them. I give you my solemn oath. You can trust me.
Can I now? Tell me more about the Despot of Markarth.
Appellation to the Ard Caddach is said to be ruthless and powerful, a cruel leader who seeks the ruin of Tamriel and the death of any who reject his spirit, or you and I call the David Princess.
Is any of that true?
That he's a king of broken antlers and carrion crows who eats the hearts of his enemies and hunts children for sport. Perhaps, but the legend always overshadowed reality. Caddach's legend is a mixed dagger for all insults and Reach superstitions.
Do you really think anything about Ard Caddach's that true?
He's a canny leader who applies both caution and brutality in equal measure. He calls himself Ard, the king of the fort, but his rule isn't absolute. Most Reach clans respect him, however. His help will be crucial in the battles ahead.
It's good to see you, Verendis.
And you as well. I only wish we weren't in the midst of yet another crisis. I formed the Raven Watch to deal with this type of eventuality, but even with centuries to prepare, I find myself
God
caught
of
off
God.
guard. Caddach's stubbornness doesn't help.
Have you made any other discoveries since you've returned to the Grey Home?
Yes, but too few. We tracked Rada al-Saran to the Reach and found the place crawling with Grey Host warriors. It's here for a reason. I think it goes beyond simple conquest. The truth of his motives elude me.
Well, let's talk to Sentry.
Didn't you hear? You and that fancy bastard aren't welcome here. Get! Or I'll make a scarf out of your guts.
The Grey House has come to the Reach, madam. Count Verendis wants me to help stop them.
We know all about the blood drinkers and beast folk. We were dealing with them just fine before Ard Caddach called us back to Markarth. The witch rebels are a bigger threat, along with outsiders who try to get into our business.
Which rebels?
Some wilder witch has been stirring up the clans to the east of Markarth, making trouble for Ard Caddach. But we'll have her head up soon enough. Look, if you want to see the Ard, then bring news he doesn't know. Something about the rebels.
Fair enough. I will. I don't know why I went all British there, but I did. Holy pumpkins. Yeah, I kind of want to go exploring, but I kind of want to wait for Bertrand. Anything fun up here? Stairway to Nowhere? Ooh, Stairway to a Book. Let's read this. Blood Fiends of Rivenspire. Nalana, advisor to House Tamrith. I've been asked with learning everything that I can about the Blood Fiends that have been appearing throughout Rivenspire as of lately. These creatures appear to be exactly the same as the blood fiends we've examined in the past. For all their similarities, they have one telling significant difference. They appear to be at the beginning of their vampiric cycle instead of at the end. Instead of appearing at the end of the otherwise long and grueling vampiric gestation period, this process changes ordinary citizens, not civilians, I guess same word, into feral monsters in a frighteningly short amount of time. It's almost as if the fevered blood affliction that burns through individuals at an alarming rate. While not everyone comes in contact with the catalyst becomes afflicted, those who do either turn into a vampire rarely, or quickly spiral into a frenzied madness that characterizes all blood fiends, the most likely outcome. My investigation suggests that these blood fiends have a connection to Argonian Rizal Jewel and Lady Laera. Laera? I don't know. Montclair. The court magician of the House Montclair and the daughter of Baron Wylan Montclair have been leading Montclair troops across Rivenspire, troops that include vampires. There have been rumors of the blood curse, some of the foul magic that allows Rizal Jewel and Laera to turn ordinary citizens into blood fiends with nothing but a glance, a wave of a hand, and a few muttered words. Eyewitness reports have been confused at best, and these claims have yet to be fully verified. As with other blood fiends dealt in the past, the Rivenspire blood fiends are vampires that have gone insane. Their minds have degraded beyond recovery, and they attack anything that moves with no regard for their own well-being. They are feral, violent creatures, driven by their carnal lust for bones and blood. The strain of the blood-cursed runs its course at an alarming rapid pace. I've documented instances of civilians being afflicted and turning feral in mere moments. However, I hate these names. Rizal Jewel and Laera came by this terrible power. How they came by this terrible power is unknown. What is known is that they seem to be oblivion bent on helping Baron Montclair conquer the entirety of Rivenspire. This unusual blood curse notwithstanding, the blood fiends operate all others in their ilk. These wild, ferocious savages can often pass with their affliction on. These wild, ferocious savages can and often do pass. Reading's hard. Let's try that. The sentence was hard. Onto their victims. Anyone wounded or killed by Rivenspire blood fiend has a significant chance of becoming a blood fiend in a remarkably short period of time. Ooh, is there a chance for us to become a vampire while here? Until I gather more information, I can only recommend one course of action concerning blood fiends. They must be destroyed. You okay there, dude? You just gonna hang out? Okay, well, you do you. Let's see. Where shall we go while we wait for Bertrand? Should I go to the city? The city's right over here. I don't know why I went all British. I guess it's because he had a British accent, and I just picked it up. Ooh. That music, though.
None of these weak strangers could face a true reach challenge.
I have a feeling we're going to want to do that at some point. Travel to Glenumbra, Stonefall. So these are how you get here. So I guarantee that if I was in Ardon, there was probably in Vulkelgard, there'd be a wagon to get here. Just anything? Nope, that's a dead end. I don't know if I could walk through that or not. Let's go into Markarth while we're here. Also, have I upgraded my horses? I don't know, but let's see. I think I have. Oh, no, I haven't. Stamina. Speed is nice, but speed doesn't matter if you don't have stamina. Into Markarth we go. Guarantee it's going to be like, this is going to be an unusually long load time. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. What tells you that? Oh, it didn't. Oh. Well, hi, everybody. That's the Understone Keep. That's a house. There's the bank. Just point out the obvious. Oh, God, excuse me. I want to get to the Way Shrine. How do I get to the Way Shrine? Holy dailies. Help wanted in Markarth. Guess I can do this while I wait. Let's talk to Console. I would love to talk to you if you... Oh, there's a book. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and read, shall we? An Imperial in Markarth by Consul Cardea and Ard's Administrator. Much has changed in Markarth since the days of the Longhouse Emperors, and yet so much has stayed the same. I was sent to this place by my first assignment after the Emperor Markarth appointed Caddach as governor. The transition from Cyrodiil to Markarth was not quite the cultural shock one might expect. Though the Reach itself is quite different, the trappings of home were always evident inside the city itself. I was sent to maintain some semblance of order, to deal with document administrations and various tasks associated with governing such a place. In a sense, my very purpose was being there at all was to adjust any homesickness that I had. Markarth has always been a place that looms over inhabitants with a kind of ancient superiority that both fascinates and unnerves. The Reach has a reputation of being wild and unruly, but Markarth still has methodical touch of the dwarves, orderly and precise, yet another time is filled with people. Yet, over time, it's filled with people who are anything but. If someone had told me that I had fallen in love with the place enough to stay here after the Empire fell, I would have laughed in their face. But that's precisely what happened. It helped, too, that once Caddach became Ard Caddach, he personally requested that I stay. He is a difficult man to say no to, and I've always had a soft spot for anyone who appreciates my administrative skills. Perhaps that's why I've grown to like Reachfolk so much. Many of them cannot read or write and have no care to learn. That makes me rather valuable to them, which is a position I won't deny that I've grown to relish. Not to say life in Markarth as an Imperial hasn't been rife with challenges. Not everyone appreciates my work. There are clans that arrive who barely trust their own, much less those who are different from them. It's my duty to keep records, to speak with them, and to help solve disputes, but I must work at a severe disadvantage. I have been threatened, humiliated, and hated. No matter how long I serve here, there are those who still among the Reach who don't trust an Imperial meddling in their affairs. But I love this place. I love the strange mix of personalities and clans that Markarth has become. I enjoy working with Ard Caddach, and I enjoy feeling needed. There's no difficulty too great that I can't overcome with my devotion to this place and its people.
Are you here about the notice?
I am.
So many new faces in the city, but we could use help. If you need work and are concerned about the risks, then we should talk. As a former Imperial consul, I assure you that this is all above board.
What sort of work are we talking about? I don't know what's happening here.
Oh, not me. At least not directly. I'm more of an administrator. Have been since the days of the Longhouse Emperors. Luckily, Ard Caddach likes me and decided to keep me employed. You want Ralthahan, Gwennifa, and Naldena. They offer jobs on a daily basis.
Want to know more about these kind of work that they need accomplished.
Curious and the good. Good qualities in an adventurer. Usually means you'll live longer. Alright, what do you want to know? Did you notice strange storms sweeping the countryside? They aren't natural. The result of rituals performed by invaders known as the Grey Host. Naldena seeks help to disrupt the rituals and stop the storms. You'll need a group to deal with this.
Tell me more about the Brothelhan offers.
Ralthahan represents the various clans of the Reach and offers jobs that benefit them. These involve acquiring items or gathering components from specific locations. A single adventurer can usually handle these tasks without too much trouble.
Tell me about the jobs Gwennifa offers.
Some terrible creatures have recently been spotted in the area. The Reach clans can't deal with them, and the Ard soldiers are busy with the invading forces. So Gwennifa is recruiting adventurers. A group will be needed to end these months. If you want to work alone, see Braltham. Odd tasks, but they pay well. For group work, talk to Gwennifa and Naldena. Their jobs are dangerous. Bring friends. Here's an advance to show you that Ard Caddach personally supports these efforts.
Woohoo! 82 gold.
Remember, Braltham for jobs you can handle on your own, and Gwennifa or Naldena for jobs that require groups to deal with.
For every task you complete, you'll be paid for your efforts.
What's an Imperial Consul doing in the Reach?
How quickly we forget our history. You do remember that the Longhouse Emperors came from the Reach, don't you? They ruled the Empire for decades, including Reach. I was sent here as my first assignment. I grew to love the place.
The Empire's gone. Why are you still here?
Ard Caddach appreciated my administrative skills. When the Empire fell, he requested I stay. Now I maintain records for job brokers. So few of the Reachfolk have the ability to read and write, which makes my service extremely.
That's what I read in the book. Good to know. If I was a way shrine... Ooh. Break into somebody's house. This is the fence. Yep. Outlaw refuge. Exploit the current listing. Speak to the Guild Herald al-Saran. Way shrine discovered.
Oh, fishing.
Well, those guild traders probably do well right now. He's down here.
Have you seen the note? If you seek companions for your adventuring, look no further. This one can help with that.
Tell me about these guild listings. Tell me about these guild listings. You have returned. Well, welcome back.
Adventurers, much like yourself, can declare their interests. Those of a similar proclivity can join up together and form guilds. Take a look. This one is.
Guild listings. I've already joined guilds, bud.
Have you had the chance to review the guild listings, friend?
I have looked through them.
Wonderful. This one hopes you found something.
You're stepping on fools in McCree.
Too often, this harsh world becomes isolating. Finding companions can make it bearable. Here, a little something for your time.
Well, thank you.
This one is quite pleased to stop by, in hopes that you find a guild that appeals to you. Arkthzand wishes you many friendships and adventures in your future.
Goodbye. So that's telling you about guilds. So I guess if you're new to the game and you don't know what a guild is, that helps. But you know. Let's explore this this new land. Hey, Tigrado! Subscribe, 4 months, tier 1 sub. Thank you so much for the sub, bud. I do appreciate it. I'm going to go in here and see what's in here. But very much appreciated. That's one thing I haven't turned on is subscriber notifications. You do that. Bertrand said he's on his way, but he's lying. He's not here yet. Bertrand. I clicked a button. Good job. Well, you clicked the shit out of that button. Oh, Call of Duty's waiting. Hello? I'm home. Can you repair my shit? Thank you. I don't know what beat me up so badly, but something did. Where's the pack merchant? How much is it to get, like... Your home's good furniture. Oh, dude, these logs are twice split. Oh, heck, it's Markarth. It is Markarth. I can get a clothesline, post. Not even clothesline, but the post. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Whoa, frame rate. Yeah. Let's buy more bag space. How much is the next one? Not worth it. Oh, book time. Story time. History of Markarth, A Story in Stone by Consul Cardea, the Ard's administrator. The story of Markarth begins in the early centuries of the First Era when the dwarves settled in the area, building both above ground and deep beneath the surface. There they established a new stronghold in the roots of Karthmad, the mountain that stands at the head of the valley of the Karth River. Over the course of many long years, the dwarves carved the city of, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name, Nishan Zel, from the heart of the mountain, building upwards until they broke into the sunlit world. Here in the high valley, dwarves built strong defenses and great store halls above the ground. Nishan Zel prospered for a time, and then, when all the other Dwemer settlements, it was suddenly abandoned in 1E700. Most other dwarven cities left empty and fell into ruins. Nishan Zel, however, offered something that most dwarven cities lacked: extensive fortification and outbuildings above the ground. Within a few years of the dwarves' disappearance, various clans of the Reachfolk began using the old dwarven structures as shelters and strongholds in the seasons of hardship. By 1E930, so First Era, 930, the rare travelers visiting the area reported that Reachfolk occupied the ruins year-round they called Markarth, meaning above the Karth. Makes sense. And the strongest clan chief residing in the place was known as the Ard, or King of the Fort. Markarth might have remained nothing more than an occupied ruin decorated with reachmen, hide tents, and rough furs, but in 1E1033, Empress Hestra ordered the legions of Alessian Empire to subdue the Reach and add it to the dominions. Her generals made Markarth the first objective of her campaign, hurling the might of the Empire at the Reachfolk stronghold. Although the Ard fiercely defended his stronghold, Empress Hestra's legions were fresh and well-led, while the Reachfolk were disorganized and slow to unite in the face of a common enemy. Markarth fell in Imperial hands. Scores of Ard's fiercest warriors chose to cast themselves from the walls rather than submit, staining the stone with their blood. Ooh, I wonder if that's actually in the game. That would be cool. During the year-long battles to subdue the Reach, the Imperial legions were often besieged in Markarth, hardly able to set foot outside its walls without hordes of Red Eagle's rebels descending upon them. But the Red Eagle never managed to dislodge the Imperials from Markarth, and by the time his rebellion ended, Markarth had taken its first steps forward in growing to a city rather than a fortified camp. Until the end of the Alessian Empire, Markarth remained under Imperial control, and by all accounts, a dismal and dangerous posting for the Imperial soldiers assigned to the garrison. During this time, many of the dwarven storerooms were converted into halls, houses, and workshops. The city took on the appearance we know today, although no human skill could improve upon the walls that the walls and watchtowers of the dwarvens had constructed. With the passing of, I can never say that word, Akviri? Potentates. Sure, we'll go with that. In the general collapse of the Imperial authority a century and a half ago, Markarth once again slipped into obscurity. Always restive under Imperial rule, the Reach became a place where outsiders rarely dared to travel once the Empire's power receded. Breton barons and the Nord Jarls alike launched ill-fated attacks against the city of the Reach, but each time the impregnable dwarven defenses defeated them. Akaviri. That's it. I was like, I've heard it before, and every time I see it, my brain goes, fuck, can't read that. The foreign invaders added their blood to the grimstone of Markarth, and the Reachfolk reclaimed their independence. As the Reachfolk returned to their hostile ways, trade, and travel between Markarth and the other cities of Tamriel dried up. Consequently, the tales of Markarth's rulers and their doings reached few outside the Reach. That's reached so many times. They're like samurai dudes. Got it. I don't know yet Elder Scrolls lore that well, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm learning a little bit about it as I play this game. Yet out of this darkness erupted a storm that would shake all of Tamriel to its foundation. The warlord Durakok, I'm gonna call him Durkorak, the Black Drake, summoned a great horde of Reach warriors and descended upon Cyrodiil in 2E533, seizing the Ruby Throne for his own. Rumor has it that the next update, by the way, is going to be a Cyrodiil-based one, because it's the 15th year. Is it Oblivion? 15 years? 15 years of something. Among the many consequences of the shocking upheaval was Markarth's return to imperial authority of sort. Oh, excuse me. Cyrodiil's Reachfolk sent great amounts of plunder and captives home, and more Reachfolk than ever sought their fortunes abroad. The road to Markarth became busy again, and a trickle of trade sprang to life along the long-shunned route. In the current year, the city lies under the hand of Ard Caddach, the so-called Despot of Markarth. Kin to the Longhouse Emperors of the Durakak line, Caddach of the Blackreach clan was appointed imperial governor in 2E559, as much to keep the peace between the restive Reach clans as to rule the city. When Emperor Leovic lost his throne, Caddach set aside his imperial title and took instead the old Reach title of Ard. Without hesitation, he purged all surviving Blackreach, securing his hold on the city against his rivals. It must be told that Ard Caddach executed rebellious kin by having them thrown from the highest wall of the city, painting the ramparts with their blood. Only the latest grim chapters written in stone of Markarth. I feel like if I go outside, there's a lot of blood on the walls. Something's telling me that if I go somewhere, I'm not going to read that one. I'm only going to read like lore books, not like, bookshelves. But like, I have a feeling those walls have a lot of blood on them. Bertrand, are you on yet? Let's see if Bertrand's on yet. Be like, yo, Bert, where you at? He is on. Join me, Bertrand. I know you're here. I see you online. So I'm going to game invite once I load. Social group invite to group. Wait for it to load. And then we go find Bertrand. I know you're here. Let's whisper to him. Oop, not whistle. Try that again. Whisper. Let's get him in here. This person's like, join what party? The party. There's a party with lots of people. Every party also has a pooper. And I prefer not to be that pooper. I do need Bertrand to show up, though. Is this the one I looked in? The tower? Is this that blood? We're talking about blood. Oh, is that blood? Excuse me, I'm looking for blood. Do you happen to have any? Is there any on the walls? Because I'm actually really curious after reading it. Well. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, I thought I got stuck for a second. Excuse me, reach guard? Do you have blood? Let's go exploring. Excuse me, sir. Do you know where the blood is? I have the same helmet as you on my other character. You don't know him yet. You haven't met him yet. He's new. He's not new. He's old. But he's new old. Oh, hell yeah, I got a runestone. Anything else over here? Ooh, what are you? Ancestors? That does not look like the Ancestor Silk I know. Oh, the Outlaw Refuge is over here. Got it. That's cool. Don't yell at me. I heard you. Like, I want to go exploring, but like I said, I'm on my way for Bertrand. Sure. You know what? I'll do this quest while I wait for him, I guess. Might as well. It says he's offline. Ooh.
Strutting around, thinking you're tough. Sure, you may have seen a clash or two. Trick yourself into believing you hold warrior spirit. But could you stand against the true Reach challenge?
What kind of challenge do you have in mind?
Oh, you have a guts. Well, how's it then crawling with other rebels from east and south? Just you against a horde of Oblivion's worst monsters and spirits. Most outsiders would quiver in fear of foe.
Do you know of such a place?
I sure do. The cave lies to the south, that my clan calls Vampire Hollows. You hold the Vampires' lights there. Combat ritual meant to test our warriors' mettle. I want you to go there. Prove that you'll in Breach.
I accept your challenge. How do I get there?
Impressive grades.
Well, fix your internet.
This cart can take you to Vampire Hollows tight away. Otherwise, head south to find the caves. I'll send word ahead to my clanmate Cadwell. Speak to him when you get there.
Tell me more about this fetish and rites.
Our clan uses the right to determine which our children shall ascend into adulthood. If they survive the challenge, they come out as full Reach warriors, carry all the privileges and responsibilities that the clan offers.
This is a challenge for children? Oh, that was bad. Apologize for that one.
Which means it will be the perfect match for an outsider.
What a dick! Also, I don't want to go do that because that's this thing. That's an arena, I believe now. That's the new arena. So good to know. Let's go over here to gather information. Actually, over here might be quicker first. Let's go over here to gather information. Hey, buds. Ooh, frame rate. Hello, I'm here for information. Nope. Okay, thank you. Let's go into the... Oh, that was a weird noise.
Stay here as long as you like. I'm done waiting for Ard Caddach to muster the clans.
How do you know?
Who's
And what do you
talking?
do about it? Join those
Telecommunications death is not recommended, right?
That's where you're wrong. Ono says they're gathering in the eastern foothills.
Well, then your head can wind up on a pipe with the rest of them, you damn fool.
Where the fuck are they talking from? I'm not reading a spooky story. I feel like maybe at some point I'll do a stream where I literally just read stories in this because I think it'd be quite fun. Because I think there's a place, if I remember correctly, like the lore library. Yeah, the lore library. So like I can go on my other character and see more of the lore. So like you can read different things. Only if you do silly voices. Ghosts! It really is ghosts. I mean, I might do silly voices. We'll see. No promises. I gotta I gotta go to information. Go gather more information. Hey, there's another book. Excuse me, I'm gonna read your book. Living on the... See, I feel like these ones I should read. Like Living on the Karth River tells you about being in this world here. I'm actually gonna read. I'm gonna read anything that has to do with Karth in Markarth area. Living on the Karth River. My father doesn't approve of me learning to read and write, but ours is a story that deserves to be told. There are so many outside the Reach that look upon us with disdain. My father's calloused hands would make them recoil. His sun-weathered cheeks might be considered unsightly. But everything this man speaks to his life on Karth's river. Were you to open him up, you would see that his blood is the same as the water that runs through the Reach. The Karth River is just as violent and harsh as any other place where Reachfolk dwell. Fierce rapids whirl madly around the sharp stones that jut from the water. Steep falls from the cliffsides create thunderous torrents of white water that can sweep away any full-grown horse in a heartbeat. But as much as the Reach that the Karth River provides for its people, it can be cruel one moment, then loving as a mother the next. Those who rely on it for survival live to see another day, if the river allows it. Those who live to old age on its banks, like my father, know that respect... Oh god, I keep burping. That respect is key. The river may bestow plenty of fish to one and drown another, with seemingly little distinguishment between the two. But those that have grown up on the Karth know better. We know that the river demands respect, or at the very least consideration. My father washes his clothes in the river, he drinks from it, he bathes in it, and it keeps him fed. Many of my clan does the same. Our clan has always lived by the river. In a van down by the river. Sorry. Chris Farley. It wasn't quite his voice. I wasn't really going for his voice, but that was the joke I was making. Occasionally we were pushed out by other clans or even outsiders who sought to tame the waters for themselves, and we move on. But we're always drawn back to the river. Wherever it splits, however, it flows, we follow. It's home. That's not to say the Karth River hasn't taken much from us. It's a price just as we do. It takes a price just as we do. It has swept children away, destroyed food stores, broken bones, and swelled unfathomable sizes during storms, and drowned the entire camp along its banks. But we don't blame the river for these things. That's just the life in Karth. And a van down by the river. Ooh, I kind of want to trespass in your house, but I feel like that's probably not a good first impression. So, you know. Linearly, is that a word? Flowing body of water? I don't know if linearly is a word. And if it is, ain't one I never heard before. Let's go this way. Ooh, cool mountain. I really can't wait to see. They announced today the upgrade path for ESO on next-gen consoles. And it's A, free, which is great. And B, characters and all that are coming over. So anything you got in the game will come over because it makes sense because it's all server-based. But, you know, you just never know with games like this whether that's going to happen. So I'm excited to see that. Linearly, verb, in a straight or near straight line. Is that how am I saying it right? Linearly? Linearly. I'm saying it wrong. That's why I was like, wait, linearly. That's a word. That's a word I know. Math, linear equations, shit like that. I'm smart. I can't read. Like, English is not my strong suit. I'm sure. I mean, James and Bertrand can attest. English is not. It's not where I made my forte. Ooh, scary tale. Oh, we have a scary tales night. Linearly. Unfortunately, the name of a young man. This is why I'm here. Well, I appreciate you guys both being here and helping me. Because, God, English is hard. Imagine being, like, somebody who doesn't speak English as a first language trying to learn it. Oh, time to read. Brothers and sisters. Our spies in Markarth report that members of the Witches' Rebellion have infiltrated the city. They gather in homes and street corners, urging their filthy kin to leave the city and join them in the hills to the east. No normal, self-respecting mortal would trade a warm house for a bear-skin hovel, but as our Ashland Lord routinely reminds us, the Reachfolk neither normal nor self-respecting. We cannot allow any Reachfolk to evacuate the city. Any barbarian found wandering the hills and forest of this godforsaken land is fair game. Let these rebels. I don't know why I was going to say rebels and fear at the same time. It didn't come out. It didn't work. Let these rebels fear the woods and flee the night. The sooner they die, the sooner our plans come to fruition. Bound in blood, patriarch, haunting. English. Canadians are the adapter between US and UK English, right? There's a quest down here. I'm gonna pick up all the quests in this area. I'm not going to do them though. Nope, I'm not looking at that. I am gonna mine this, however. Excuse me, pewter. Thank you. But yeah, I feel like I should at least pick up quests because this is where I'm gonna be for the majority of the next little bit, at least. Just, you know, just casually going down the river. It's a troll! The internet's full of them. Oh, there's another one. Ooh, do I go unlock that? I feel like I should. I feel like I should go, and I just ran past a mushroom, but I don't care. Oh god, there's another quest up here. Are you going PS5 or the new Xbox? I actually was saying this earlier. I don't know yet. Probably PS5. Oh god, I'm being shot. Probably PS5 if I do console, but I'm really looking at PC. But the only downside to doing PC, A, friends. I don't have very many friends on PC. And B, what the hell's attacking me? Oh, there's a wolf. You're dead now. B, this game I have so much time into, like something like this I'd want to keep. Oh, there's the symbol. Well, I'm going to ignore that because I already have, that's a quest I have. Stairs and PC. PC is the way. Yeah, I just know Tom has also said that too, but I just know like Brian and all them probably wouldn't come over to PC, but I would love, I mean, my fear is keyboard and mouse. Let's be real. Like that's, I know I'll learn it and I can get used to it, but I'm just so used to controller. And like I tried, as you know, Bertrand, I got ESO on my Mac and like I couldn't get the controller to work. I could walk, but I couldn't interact with anything. Shh, be very, very quiet. James, I feel like there's a masturbation joke in there somewhere. They're considering letting us transfer console to PC accounts for a limited time. On ESO? Because I didn't see that anywhere. I saw where it had to be the same platform. At least the announcement they had today. Unless I didn't just look over it. I just want to know what happened to you. Was it the Grey Host?
And they can't tell a Reachfolk from a monster any better than you can. They thought I was one of those invaders. Spirits, take the lot of them.
The reason I don't think they will do that, Bertrand, is because the servers are separate for PC and console right now. So I don't know, again, I don't know how the back end of ESO works. I don't work at Bethesda or ZeniMax or anything like that, but I know they are separate things. And I don't know how it translates or what it looks like if you compare it one versus the other, because I know the stuff on console comes afterwards a lot of times because they have to test it on PC first. That's what they built it on. Yeah, I don't have that kind of money spent on a build. The witch rebels are hunting the Grey Host.
Aye, like a pack of wild dogs they were. Kept shouting, Arana, Arana, as they poured down on me. I took an arrow in the leg before they listened to me. Before they decided I wasn't an invader. I think Arana spoke to me. I think she was their leader.
Any idea of where the rebels came from?
No, like ghosts these rebels are. I plan to return to Markarth and petition the Ard to let me take a war party out to fight. They must be hiding in the eastern foothills. they are fighting the Grey Host, they're mine.
Good luck with that. Go to the Understone Keep. That's back in Markarth, because I accidentally ran into that earlier without meaning to. It's copy pasting. That's kind of what GTA 5 was, because technically my GTA 5 character that I have started on PC, and I went to go transfer him, but they didn't let me keep the PC. They didn't let me keep the stuff. They gave me the money equivalent, essentially, so I could buy it again. Which is cool, because I could just rebuy shit and not buy the shit I had before. But, like, when I first started my PC character, oh god, the lag is severe because this is the starting area. So, I'm thinking, like, if I were to buy a PC, because I wouldn't do full custom, I'd do one of those sites that, like, you can buy, quote-unquote, custom PCs in the sense of, like, you can choose the components in it and they'll put it together. I would probably look to, like, $800 to $1,200 to keep it going. I want a new NVIDIA graphics card. I'm running 1070. My son is running 770. I don't know what my iMac has. I think it's a 1050. So, you know, I'm not running anything. Also, you guys get to see... So Bertrand plays with me all the time. You can see how active my fucking side chat is, because I'm in a couple big guilds that just explode. Mainly Aldemary Nation is the big one, but I really, like, again, part of me is just I'm not comfortable with building PCs, just because last time I built one was years ago at this point. And I'm scared to, not that I wouldn't be able to do it, but that I would screw something up. I just want something... Again, for me, when it comes to, like, graphics and all that kind of stuff, you want something that looks nice. I'm not one that's like, everything has to be 4K, 60 frames per second. I just want to look pretty. And I think after looking at, like, this game on PC, you broke a Ryzen 9, my wallet cried. 1070 with 64 gigs of RAM. Pretty sure, yeah, that's what I got. Pretty sure that's close to what I got. A 1050, I think, was 32 gigs. And I have an i7 in mine, but it's a really old... my computer's from 2013, so it's a really old iMac. I was going to say something. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, God. Let's go into the Understone Keep. Knock, knock, who's there? Me. Anything? Oh, there's a person. I was like, what am I to talk to? Ooh, that's a house. I want that house. Can I have that house? How much do you think this house costs? I have 32 gigs RAM currently, but I have 2 more slots. I want 20. Just a Tig's wallet. Right? Let's see. What does this house look like? Is this house worth buying? Ooh, that's kind of pretty. If I had the money for it, and I'm in a job now that I can get the money for it, and start saving up and, being responsible, because I have money left over. It's just you got to save to do it and be responsible and, be an adult and actually save your money and not eat out constantly. That's what saves me a lot of money now, is I don't eat out. Ooh. This house is not for sale. I call bullshit. Why are you letting me walk in here if it's not for sale? My CPU is a Ryzen 12 core. I've never used a Ryzen. Like, I've been an Intel guy just because, let's be real, that's what Apple use. This is kind of cool. It's like a hot tub. I was like, there's got to be more to this place. AMD is more power and they run cooler. Compatibility is my thing, but as far as I know, oh, you could put statues in here. Oh, I'm already decorating a house I don't own. Yeah. Fuck, stairs. Oh, cool. Compatibility, I think, is not an issue at this point. Yeah, I'm saying from, like, a game perspective, or, like... Because I know, like, with Final Cut... Oh, dear God. That is cool. Oh, this place is gonna be expensive. Look at that. That's all walkable. Cook food, Taco Bell treats once a week. It's pretty much what I'm doing. That and spending less on video games. Like I don't buy video games unless they're on sale. I'd have to look. I definitely spend money in stupid ways. Like I say stupid. I invest in the stock market now. I've been doing Bitcoin for a while. I've been doing stocks for a while and Bitcoin for a while. But like it's good, but it definitely, like, I could be saving that money because stock market doesn't, as we all have seen, can go like this constantly. So it's like you're not guaranteed to make money on anything. This is really cool, by the way. I know I've said that already, but I really like this house. It's probably stupid expensive. Look at that. That's where we were. How do I get out of here? I need an adult. That's the South Terrace. I don't think I want to go that way. Yep, found it. There's really cool lighting, by the way. And the little things. Leave home. But yeah, I mean, I would, like I said, I would love to have a PC at some point, and I'm torn just because I know, again, most of the people I play with play on console, and I used to be a hardcore console guy because I used to play on my couch. I now play, you guys can't see it because you're literally on top of it, but I now play on a widescreen monitor that work gave me, and I absolutely love it. And I think down the road, like if we ever go back to the office and I take this back, sounds like I'm going to be able to work from home for a long time, as long as I want to. At least through June, we're guaranteed. But I've come to enjoy playing on the monitor and being in a chair. One of the things I want to buy is a nicer chair because I'm always in this chair. So I'm looking, they're about to give us another stipend for work from home supplies. And I'm torn of like buying a nice chair, which I think would be smart, or like saving it for gaming stuff, which would be stupid, but it'd be fun. Like I should be an adult, and I probably will be an adult and buy a chair just because, you know, the chair I'm sitting in is falling apart and gross. Chair's so key. It's terrifying when you first play on anything 12 core. I thought my previous desktop was fast. I have used a 12 core? 8? No, I've used 8 cores. I don't think I've used 12. Was it 8 core? I can't remember. I used a Mac Pro years ago, like fully loaded, and I can't remember if it went up to 8 or 12. But I remember that being like rendering video, like, holy shit, this is crazy. And then I went back to my computer. I was like, holy shit, this sucks. Ooh, Count Brand. Hi, bud. Whoop, that was...
Yeah, my friend. Was your hunt successful?
You want to do that again? That was cool. If I leave and come back, do you do that again?
You couldn't have timed your arrival any better. Ard Caddach holds court as we speak. We can never have a better chance to gain an audience with him. Did your investigation uncover anything we can use? What did you learn?
The rebel leader... Wow, Lita? Lita? That's a hard T, apparently. The rebel leader might be Arana. They're gathering in the Eastern Hills.
Rada? I have heard that name during my time here. Did you happen to learn what these rebels are rebelling against?
Not exactly. They have spies in the city urging people to flee to the hills. I got a Secret Labs chair last year. That's what I'm looking at, as a Secret Labs chair.
Pieces of information. I want you represented before Ard Caddach. Explain what you learned and convince him to finally agree to meet with me.
I'll present my findings and try to convince Ard Caddach to meet with you.
Speak with the Ard Sentry. You need to convince her to get an audience with Caddach. I think the information you uncovered about the rebels will be enough to interest the Despot of Markarth. But you can never be too certain with Reachfolk.
Why don't you come with me to speak with Ard Caddach? I can fucking...
I would have made it this far into the city. Caddach and his entourage have little patience for a noble, to put it myself. Especially a noble from a land they consider to be the home of their enemy. Now, this task is better in your hands.
My chair right now is an Amazon Basics that basically has no padding left in it. I sit pretty much on the metal piece. And it's got a few... you guys probably won't be able to see it, but it's like torn and all that. And like, I got it... When did I get this chair? I got it when I moved here, because I think I got it for D&D, but I can't remember. So what do you do? So what will you be doing while I'm trying to see Ard Caddach?
Look around here and continue to discreetly learn what I can about the Reachfolk people. I also want to think about Alana and her rebels. Maybe there's a way to add them to our arsenal. I'll be here when you get back.
Yeah, again, I sit in the chair so much between working and not working, playing video games. Like, it makes sense. Again, it makes sense to do so. It's just like, if I save that $500, I get either, again, a console or a PC quicker, but then I'm still going to want a chair. It's like, what priority do I get them in? And if don't blow the money, I'm also going to Florida in 2 weeks, and I'm going to New York for Christmas. So, like, I need to make sure not that I'm doing anything, because, we're in fucking lockdown. But, like, in Florida, I'm sure we'll get souvenirs or stuff like that. Like, it happens. Or when I go home for New York, like, I buy stuff when I'm at home. It just happens. You might go see people go out to lunch.
You again? You dare to disgrace
She's an asshole. I don't like her.
Outsider? That takes guts, I'll give you that. What's your business in the Ard's Keep?
I bring information from Count Verandis concerning the witch rebels.
Do you now? And you want to share that information with Ard Caddach? You're certainly full of surprises, outsider. All right, I'll allow you to approach the throne.
That was
if
easy.
your courage holds out. Fair warning, the Ard's in a foul temper today.
I understand. That was a lot easier than I expected it to be. I expected her to have me do a quest. Her back and having gaming consoles, or have a good back but no new gaming consoles. Yeah, I know.
Not yet you don't, but you will. Ard Caddach is likely to remove you from your shoulders as listen to you. So talk fast, outsider. And remember, the Ard has no patience for fools or flatterers. Keep that in mind.
No patience for fools or flatterers. So I have a feeling he's going to test me. Based on my answers, he'll say things. Or he'll react a certain way. He'll say things, based on what I say to him, he'll say things back to me. As one does. This is an interesting looking area. Excuse me, sir. Having pulled back muscle a few weeks ago, I was going through some ish. I go for not hurting back. Yeah, I've had some back issues in the past. Recently I've not, but mainly because I'm not on my feet all day anymore. It's because I'm sitting down, but like, I do get up and I stretch. I mean, I've gotten better at stretching and all that kind of stuff, so it's definitely better. Oh, hey, but there's a lot of people here. I get that you're a pretty popular dude. What if... Oh, can I do this? Hold on. Aw.
I've either got the sense of a goat or the heart of a saber cat, and I'm eager to find out which. Speak plainly. What brings you to the Despot of Markarth?
This guy reminds me of Torbjorn, my D&D character. I bring information about the witch rebels from Count Verandis, Ravenwatch.
The frontier. Won't take no for an answer.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
News concerning the rebels is a beast worth skinning. Tell me something I don't know, and won't have you offended to my
Excuse me. They have spies in the city, urging people to flee to the eastern foothills.
spy in my city. That would explain some things. That and a vocation aren't enough to get me to sit down and drink with a high elf. What else? My patience is wearing thin.
Dude, bro, just be drinking. I think the leader of the witch rebels named Arana.
I know that she's done fanatic who refused to bury her sword when I forged a peace with the Rebels. She slipped. But I didn't realize she meant the rebels. That commands respect.
Did you say you made peace with the Grey Host?
Aye. They agreed to spare
Social drink in the US.
some ancient rebel
I still social drink.
dwarven can have it. For honest much to meet, then talk to my advisor, Lady Boleyn. And now listen to every word he has to say.
Lady Boleyn. She's the new, like, main character. Literally have not touched alcohol since Indy last year because I'm a wuss. I drank, like, a lot of scotch the other day. Scotch the other day. Talk to Lady Boleyn. Don't mind me, guys. I'm standing up here. Hey, found her. Excuse me, lady?
I couldn't help but overhear
She's a vampire.
Ard Caddach's voice it carries. Now, tell me about the leader of the witch rebels. The name you provided? Arana, I believe you said?
Then again, all the alcohol mass is technically mine. Yes. Ard Caddach asked me to help you find her.
Therein lies the problem. Reachfolk are experts at losing themselves in the many caves and copses that decorate the landscape. It's like finding a tooth in a hen's beak. Most witches give deference to the Ard. Arana is a troublemaker.
So, Ard Caddach wants you to find her?
Actually, that task falls to you. A favor for a favor, yes. That's how business works here. Locate the rebels. Find Arana and urge her to stop meddling in Markarth's affairs. Do that, and you shall earn a place for you and your count in the Reach.
I shall find Arana.
That look on your face. I know curiosity when I see it. Very well. I can spare a few more moments before sending you off on your task. What does the outsider in Ard Caddach's court wish to know?
Tell me more about Ard Caddach.
A history lesson? Very well. Caddach is the cousin of the late Emperor Leovic. He was appointed ruler of Markarth and has governed this region ever since.
I've heard him called both Ard and the Despot of Markarth.
Ard is an ancient title that translates to King of the Fort. The fort being Markarth and Understone Keep. As for that other epithet, it's a name given to him by enemies and outsiders. He may be cruel at times, but he's no tyrant.
Why isn't he just called King of the Reach? I haven't played Destiny in forever.
Folk have a saying. Anyone can be a king in the Reach. No one can be a king of the Reach. Few Reachfolk will accept a true sovereign. It isn't in their nature. Of course, that makes Caddach's attempts to safeguard this region complicated.
You look out of place in this court as I do.
What?
I don't know what that accent is. I do. Got a little twang.
In the Reach, I have earned my place as friend and counselor to Ard Caddach. His subjects call me a Keech. I assure you, this is a term of the utmost respect among the Reachfolk.
How did you end up on Ard Caddach's side?
A genuine desire for peace brought me here. The Reach finds itself beset from all sides. Orcs, Nords, Bretons, Imperials, they all seek the destruction of the Reachfolk. I try to serve as a bridge of sorts.
A bridge?
Yes. A bridge between the Reach and the civilized world. There is simply no reason that the people of Tamriel should go on killing each other. We have an opportunity to build a kinder, better Tamriel. I'm here to help make that future come to pass.
Tell me that doesn't sound like current events right now. What's the rebellion all about?
What is any rebellion all about? Malcontents chafing against the established order, stirring up trouble. They're a nuisance, nothing more.
If they're just a nuisance, why do you want me to find Arana?
It's a matter of timing. Since the arrival of Greyhost, the land beyond the city walls has become perilous. The Ard urges everyone to take shelter here in Markarth, while Arana calls them away. Her reckless endeavor will get everyone killed.
I thought Ard Caddach said he had made peace with the Grey Host.
Peace, yes, of a sort. As long as we stay out of their way, the Grey Host has no quarrel with us. Besides, the walls of Markarth are impregnable. The Reachfolk are perfectly safe in here. Now go, find Arana. A favor performed is a favor returned.
Boom. Let's go find Arana. Let's talk to Count Varanus first, though. Because I want to let him know what's going on. Because me and him have a history.
Before you run off, tell me about your audience with Ard Caddach.
Ard Caddach sent me to his advisor, Lady Belaine. They asked me to find the rebel leader, Arana.
Impressive. You accomplished more in mere moments than I've been able to do since I arrived in this savage land. We'll find Arana, see if which rebel will join our cause. I'll continue my own investigations and meet you back here.
I shall find the rebels. Rebels and villainy and scum. Oops. Uh-oh. The city is not easy to traverse. Lots of verticality. Speaking of which, I was going to just jump over this, but it seems like a bad idea, but let's do it! Can I do this and not die? Nope! Alright, James. You have fun. It's going to be late night. I guess more doing a holiday for me. Yeah, it was great hanging out. I'm going to be streaming more. Like, I enjoy this game. I've been playing it anyway as Bertrand. But I will be doing much more streaming again. Do I want to go? No, I don't want to go this way. I want to go this way. And then that way. Okay. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out, James. I hope you have a good night. I'm probably going to finish the story quest, and then Brian is on. You absolutely love this music in the zone. Hey, Bertrand, I got something for you. Speaking of music, this should sound familiar. That, my friend, is yours. All the music, by the way, for anybody watching, is Bertrand in the chat there. He's made it whenever I put it on the starting soon, ending soon screen, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the music is in this game in general is great. But no, I'll probably finish the story quest, and then Brian's on, so I might do some dungeons. And go from there. Ooh, there's a lift. That means there's a thing. Oh. Hi, Willy Wonka. Friend of Lyris.
These hills belong to the Reachfolk, Rover. Turn around and go back the way you came, or I'll have your nose for a trophy.
I just love how everything in this game is voice acted. I'm looking for the witch rebels. I need to speak to them.
Witch rebels, huh? That's just a label applied by the oppressors, don't you think? Look, we have enough trouble with those Grey Host bastards and Caddach's soldiers.
Hopefully.
We don't need a curious outsider blundering around and getting in our way, too.
I'm hunting the Grey Host too. I need to talk to leader Arana.
You're a hunter. Truly. Sounds more like Caddach and its key witch getting into more mischief. You want to befriend the witch rebels? Then prove it. The Grey Host has set up stockpiles nearby. Find out what they're storing, and then we'll talk.
Alright. I'll investigate the Grey Host stockpiles.
Stockpiles were spotted to the east and south. If you can find out what the Grey Host is using them for, then we'll owe you a favor. A true Reachfolk never renege on a favor.
Right? And there's so many people that they use for it as well. Like, what do you expect me to find in these stockpiles?
If I knew for certain, there'd be no need to have you go with the look.
Touché.
Probably supplies for their army. But what vampires and werewolves need is anyone's guess. Ritual items, things for their Harrowcraft. That's what I expect.
What's Harrowcraft?
Have you seen no dark storms swirling over the Reach? The Grey Host calls them Harrowstorms. Their witches conjure them up using Harrowcraft. From what we can tell, it requires all sorts of ingredients, fetishes, and alchemical mixtures mostly.
By the way, Bertrand, I know you haven't played Skyrim. Not Skyrim the game, but the Western Skyrim storyline. A lot of the stuff, like the Harrowstorms, are part of Skyrim. You don't need to play that to understand this. It's actually quite interesting how they've done this. And there's more to it. Like, the vampire is talking to Varanus Ravenwatch. I am more personally connected to him, I think, after the storyline of Skyrim. Like, I know who he is. I kind of understand more of his character, which is cool to see him come back. Same thing is with, like, when you see Lyris or any of those, Tharn, you see them all again. Like, it's really cool to see him again. So, it is a standalone, but it's kind of like if you ever watch, like Star Wars. If you watch any of the Star Wars movies, I think all the Star Wars movies, for the most part, stand pretty good on their own as, like, a movie, outside of maybe Episode 2, or The Last Jedi. But, yeah, you don't need to play it to know what's going on. And they're pretty good. It's pretty good at explaining what's happening, especially if you do, like, those extra things like, what's the Harrowstorm? Should I destroy these supplies to find them?
No, bringing us the information is good enough for now. We're going to need a lot of warriors before we make that kind of move against the Grey Host. Damn cat ordering our people into the city. We need to fight, not hide.
Glad to see them creating more continuously use. They've been doing that for a while. Like I said, Lyris comes back a lot because of Skyrim. Obviously, during the Skyrim storyline, she's there pretty much the whole time because that's her homeland. What's his face? Varanus is through everything in Greymoor. He's part of the Rivenspire Keep, which is one of the dungeons. Rivenspire Keep? I can't remember what it's called. But one of the dungeons, so.
You daft outsider. Do I look like a witch to you?
No.
A true witch has power, hears the spirits, knows the old
This I think is interesting.
animals, things like that.
I've said I fought him before.
Some use their power to
I don't know if you would have that answer.
use it to kill. Ice Reach witches are particularly evil.
I fought the Ice Reach Coven before.
Well, you'll probably have to fight them again. They stalk these hills like old ghosts. They're allied with the Grey Host now, don't you know? Greedy hags, the lot of them. I respect their strength, but their hearts are all twisted inside.
Caddach made peace with Grey Host? Why are you still fighting?
There may be a piece of sorts inside Markarth, but out here we're outnumbered and fighting for our lives. Nothing unusual on that. We won't let the Grey Host desecrate our land, and we won't let Caddach give it away just to avoid a little blood.
Fair enough. Okay, which supplies are closest? These ones are closest. feel like I should be stealthy going into here. Something tells me I'm either going to fight. Yeah, there's a scout there. You don't see me. That looked like skulls. I thought that was a... Oh, there's a werewolf. Oh, there's a way shrine. Oh, my game's gonna crash. No, it's not. It just froze like it was. I'm gonna go get this way shrine real quick while I'm here, before I forget. Not before I forget, but I guess while I found it, because it makes sense to. Oh, hi, people. Always get way shrines when you come across them. Very much worth it. Okay, where am I going now? Straight up there. Ooh, that water sounds really cool. Normally it's funny because like normally when I play with you guys, you don't hear the ambient sounds like a fight. There's no music right now, so I guess you don't really need it. But just like shit like that. Shut up, music. I told you there's no music. Why didn't you listen to me? Shh. Just like that is so cool. I was actually watching a live stream where the developers say they sometimes turn the music off while they're playing just to hear the ambient noise when they run around, which I think is fantastic. How the fuck do I get up there? That way? Probably by the troll. Well, here we go. Looks like he's fighting somebody. Nope. He just pissed off. Me. Skyrim, Shadow Thief, Archer, Sneak everywhere else. Me, ESO, Zero Stealth, screaming wildly while shooting everything everywhere. Not one squirrel survives, right? Let's be fair. Stealth is not my forte in video games. For real, how do I get up here? I feel like I'm... Fuck it, we're gonna go a long way, I guess. Pretty sure this guy's on the same path I am. Which is the downside to DLC coming out. Like, everybody's doing the same thing, which is cool because you see there's always people around. But there's also always people around. Reach wins depth. Oh, Jesus, you scared the shit out of me. Hey, it was a Harrowstorm. Here you go. This is what a Harrowstorm looks like from a distance. They're basically like the anchors now. There's another one over there. You can't see it because it's not started, but it's like the dark anchors. So apparently I'm here. Oh, I see it. Lots of scary stories in this area. But yeah, technically, so that big old circle thing right there, this is a Harrowstorm ritual site that when the other one's not happening, this one will start up kind of like the Dark Anchors do, where it just rotates through them. That's why these people are waiting here. New anchor is called Harrowstorm. Harrowstorm. Like harrowing. How do I get up here? God, they did not make this terrain easy to navigate. Oh, well, killed the centipede. Didn't mean to do that. You know, this kind of leaves shit lying around. Not good. Sisters, these vampiric servants move like overstuffed hens. Slow, too slow. Our Ashen Lord demands more Harrowstorms, but what are we to do with the bumbling oafs, I can read, who can barely carry a box of turnips, let alone powerful reagents such as the reliquies and the witch pikes? Come to the gathering circle just northwest of Avalthum Barrow. Our friend in Malkath meets with the Grey Host leaders there. Perhaps she can convince the extrarchs to provide more suitable workers. Ooh, am I going to go find the third one? I believe it is... I know Skyrim had 3, so I believe it is 3 per zone. But I'm not 100% sure, because this is only the second zone that's had it. Hi, people. Nicknames coming through. This looks like a rich... Oh, my God. It's not what I expected. Hey, it's Jim Bees. Don't mind me, just gonna steal some shit. Pentrarch Hauntring. The witches' rebels continue to frustrate our efforts south and east of the city. Need I remind you that my intrigues in Markarth cannot bear the fruit as long as these pungenous curs run free. Repeated failures repeatedly go unnoticed in Pentrarch. Your messenger delivered the Ashen Lord summoned without incident. A rare but welcome success. I will make my way to the Vathum Barrow, presently presuming the failures. Who's yelling at me? Oh, you are. Hey, bud.
Yes, one too.
Oh, it's Arana.
Come, Harrier. Give me your measure.
Oh, Jesus.
Tayfern told me about you, Harrier. You wanted to talk? Well, here I am. What will it be? A battle? I haven't turned anyone into a puppet recently, but I'm willing.
She's Scottish,
so much as
right? Sounds Scottish. Scottish, Irish? I can never tell the difference. You're the witch leader. You're the leader of the witch rebels.
Why does everyone insist on calling us that? Tayfern, remind me to come up with a better name when time permits. As for later, well, I guided this out of reach.
Lederhosen.
What about you? Why are you here?
Lady Belaine. There's a Harrowstorm starting. Lady Belaine found you according to this letter. She's working with Grey Hosts.
Of course she is.
She's a vampire after all.
We tried to slay her twice without much luck. Quick as a spooked her, that one, and twice as cautious. We'll have her fangs soon enough, though. You can read? What else does that sheet of paper say?
Apparently she's meeting with the leader of the Grey Host in the Valthum Barrow.
Now that's a worthy bit of news. Bones and birds guide us well, but there's no replacing a cunning hunter. Go to the barrow, Harrier. Listen in on their meeting. Find out what Blaine and Hester are up to, and both hear you out.
Alright, I'll find out what Lady Belaine and the Grey Hosts are up to.
The spirits will see you safely to Valthum, Harrier. After that, I suggest stealth and a string blade.
Your rebellion. Do you plan to overthrow Markarth?
Overthrow Markarth? What in the mirror's name would I do with all that dead stone? No, my purpose is clear. I need to help our people by shaking Caddach out of his dream. If that doesn't work, split his skull and let it spill out on its own.
What dream is that?
Caddach's dream of being king. Oh, he has a true heart. In better times, he's a fine leader. But we face a lean season. We're hungry. But instead of filling the larder, he dreams of a golden crown. His foolish pride has brought this upon our people.
He rules Markarth. Shouldn't he be the crowned Reach's king?
Not yet. Not until all the beasts of the wood howl his name. And every day he heeds the is another day.
Are you really a witch? Not one like you.
Sure. We're all like blood-sucking Belaine. My sisters might reach though. Some of us aren't over-enthusiastic malcontents with a penchant for violence and destruction. Not all the time, anyway.
Does your power come from Daedra?
Daedra? Oh, the spirits. Yes, I've heard them called that. The world is a fruitless place for those with the patience to hear. Most them bloods are just too busy begging pardons from dead gods to pay attention.
But you do worship the Daedric princes.
Stone will kill you if it strikes your head, but lifting the skin stone makes it strong. Daughter of wind, sweat, and the rich soil.
I'm Revantic Hamlock. The blood of the Reach. Well. Okay, how much further do I have to go on this? I thought this quest line was going to be over. But oh god, I fell. Let's try that again. Up. And then up. And then over here. Run away from the werewolf. Excuse me. Don't mind me coming through. Ooh, hi there. Get out of here. Into Volthoom. Hey, well, hi. Fine Lady Belaine. Oh, this is a big old cavernous place. So I think since that dude came in here before me, a lot of things are going to be dead, which is kind of nice. I help him, he helps me. We become friends in the end. He's a level 810, so this will go super quick. Oh shit. kind of like his outfit. I want that. Why have you brought the Grey House to the Reach? We're going to stop you. I don't have anything to tell you.
And I don't have to resist the urge to rip out your throat and gorge on your blood. But we are civilized beings, exchanging pleasantries in this humble setting. Perhaps we can come to some sort of arrangement. A tip for a tap, as it were.
What kind of arrangement are you talking about?
I propose a simple arrangement. A truth for truth. Ask a question. I will answer honestly. Then I will ask a question in turn. A fair compromise. Don't you agree?
Alright, I'll play a game.
Excellent. Then by all means, ask your first question.
What's Lady Blaine's role in this?
Lady Blaine is an ally of convenience. Her interests and my design are selfish and predictably narrow. Do you seek to supplant her in Caddach's court? I recommend against that, for it will not go well.
I don't take kindly to threats.
A threat implies only the possibility of punishment. I do not threaten. Blaine has Caddach's ear. If he takes and chaos descends on Markarth. If he stands by the levy, you will be executed. Neither outcome benefits you.
If I fall, others will stop you.
Others? Who? Reachfolk? The witch Rada? Your mysterious ally? I am unconcerned. Now, for my question. This ally that hides behind your eyes, does he seek to protect the world by going against his own kind?
Yes.
Of course he does. Thank you for your honesty. Now, do you have anything else to ask? I have no interest in conquering the Reach. I came here to make you something very old, very powerful. The Reach has the misfortune to be located directly above it. Many of these mortals will die, not because I want to, but because they must.
Killing people just to use something's insane.
Not when your purpose is worthy. I do what I do for love. My turn. Your ally. Your high elf. Alive. But I see the truth in your thoughts. Still, I shall give you another chance. Ask another question. That is a complicated question. A being as old as I can claim many origins. This flesh was born on the distant isles of Yokuda. This spirit was forged on the bloody shores of Hammerfell. This purpose, it grew from love and necessity.
You're Yukadan.
That word holds little meaning for me now. But yet, in my youth I dedicated my life to perfection. In art, perfection. In love, perfection. War, especially in war. Perfection. To attain glory in your group, nothing less will do.
Perfection is impossible to attain.
Is it? Beyond the sea of pearls, peerless sword masters were as common as grains of sand. Even the grandest victories felt commonplace. In a land of heroes, how can anyone claim to be exceptional?
Someone who's perfect can.
Precisely. After the conquest of Hammerfell, I I wandered in search of new challenges. Found only one. Lecky, daughter to Rutger and master of the sword. We fought for 3 grueling days, without pause for rest or nourishment.
Great victory.
But I didn't win. I didn't lose either. I could not accept a draw, however. The cold reality of my imperfection. That resentment drove me to Malabal. It took the patient wisdom of Fred to break perfection's hold on me. Now, your turn.
Ask your question.
Your ally. Are they a vampire?
Yes.
Interesting. The picture begins to emerge. Do you have anything else to ask?
Nothing else to say.
As you wish. Know that this level of cordiality will not be repeated. And this is not a threat. If you continue to meddle in my affairs, I will take far more than your life. On that, you have my word.
Well. Gotta return to the throne room, so I may just fast travel there? Because it's gonna be quicker. I just realized I gotta change the Nightbot schedule because that schedule's false, because that's an old schedule. I don't really have a schedule right now, just kind of when I want to stream, which will be a lot here very, in the very near future. I really do dig, I'm looking over here, because that's where the computer is. I really do like the way the stream layout looks. I'm not going to lie, I'm quite impressed by it. I know didn't make it, found it online, and I really, really like the way it looks. I made, like the starting soon screen and the ending soon screen. I made those. But I didn't make the actual layout here. I just found one that fit, and then, like I said, above here I put the 2 characters. Those are technically supposed to be like ad spaces. If we ever get like a partnership or whatever with people, put it there. Guarantee this is the end of this has got to be the end of this part of the quest, right? One would think. Do I have a slottable? No.
Welcome back, my friend. Tell me what you learned. Arrival is fortuitous, as I have only just learned myself.
I saw that.
You were able to make contact with the rebels. Did you meet with the runner?
Yes. I also learned that Lady Blaine is a vampire. She's in a league with Greyhouse.
I sense some deception, but her illusion is powerful. How else did she hide her nature from me? As for a runner, do you think we can convince her and her rebels to join our cause?
Perhaps. She sent me to spy on Blaine, and I wound up talking to the Greyhouse leader Rada al-Saran.
Spoke to Rada? Did he? No matter. If Rada al-Saran is here, our time grows short. Talk to Caddach. If he deems what you tell him worthy, maybe he'll finally be willing to work with me, and we can figure out how to deal with the Grey Host.
Alright, I'll talk with Caddach.
It was only a matter of time before Rada and I crossed paths again. I just didn't think it would be this soon.
Tell me about him.
Rada al-Saran and I... we have a complicated history. There was a time when Rada and I stood united in purpose, to preserve the lives and welfare of vampires. Then, as now, our king suffered under Monarch's curse, and the cruelty of mortal hunters.
You had some sort of falling out?
Not particularly. At least not all at once. When I first met Rada, he was immensely proud but utterly consumed by his failures. He tried to find relief in bloodshed and battle, but he was truly lost. I did my best to help him.
Did it work?
Yes. His blood gave way to introspection, and introspection led to study. He was already a peerless scholar. All unsay were, but he became fascinated with vampire texts. Eventually, he found a new purpose.
A new purpose?
Vampiric salvation. To accomplish this, he needed to break Moldlag Ball's hold over us and stop mortals from hunting us. Counsel peace with mortals. For a while, he agreed. But things changed, and I left Grey House. I thought he died with them.
I knew you were part of the Grey House, but you never told me why you joined them.
I sought to make the world a better place. I thought the Grey Council would count, but when it became the Grey House, I formed the Raven Watch as an atonement for things I failed to do, friends I failed to save, from mortals and from themselves.
Wow. It's actually quite interesting. Oh my god.
Report for sent word. The Grey Host is... I'll hear no more of this. Go! I want to talk to the outsider. The outsider returns. Are you a true warrior? Or a parasite like these damned leeches? Did you do as they did? Did you deal with the Rana? Tell me, have her head in your pack. I've got a pike on walls waiting to be decorated.
I found Arana, but I also learned something else. That Lady Blaine is working with the Grey House.
It confirms my own suspicions about my own keep witch. Don't look so surprised, not half as these people think, Robert.
If you suspected she was working with the Grey House, why'd you allow her to remain in your court?
Allow? I could count on 3 fingers the number of people I allow in Understood Keep. The rest come, goes the Dance. It's a ceremony. Have you ever heard it?
No?
We grab a handful of hard coals and dance on a bit of straw. These coals burn right to the bone. You drop even one, the straw lights, and the flames take all of you to Moldlag Ball. Do you see? Blaine's a hot coal.
Now that you know, for sure, what are you going to do?
I'm going to sharpen my sword. If you have a noble plan to fight Grey Host, I won't stop you. Markarth is more than dwarven stones and high walls. His strength. Make Rana understand that. That's how you can help.
I'll consider that. Have I done enough that you'll agree to talk to Count Verandis now?
Still begging. I'd have the tongue ripped from your head and... damn it, Rover. A favor for a favor. That's the rich way. All right. Tell the note. I'm to see you.
I'll let Verandis know.
You think I'm foolish to keep Lady Blaine close, don't you? It takes a big fool to destroy this place, don't you know? You tell this high elf of yours. I'll see you in a few months.
Are you and Arana at odds?
Because I'm the Ard of Markarth, and she refuses to heed my command.
Jesus.
Every Reach warrior who dies fighting Arana's private war against the Grey Host makes all of us weaker. We need her strength now more than ever.
So you want me to convince her to bring her people into the city? Is that what you want?
It's the safest place right now. No matter how well Arana and her rebels know the humans. The vampires and the werewolves sniff them out. If she keeps getting my best fighters killed, I swear I'll hang her from the city walls by her own guts.
Why don't you think the Grey House will attack Markarth?
We made a deal. We gather in the city and leave them free to find whatever bit of dwarven nonsense brought them to the Reach in the first place. Of course, Lady Elaine broke that peace. Now I suppose Bargain is suspect.
Then help us fight them.
The city walls are still our strongest blade. Like headstones, they mark the thousands of enemies dying, trying to breach Markarth's defenses. We bide our time and wait for the Grey Host to show their true intentions. Then our act.
How did you become the Despot of Markarth?
That's a title given to me by outsiders. I use it to frighten the keep away the riffraff. I'm the Ard of Markarth. Leovic, the last long house emperor, was my cousin. I inherited the throne by blood. I had to keep it by blood too.
What do you mean?
You ask more questions than my third wife. Leovic, my clan, swapped over the scraps of barbaric murder with cousin. Pretty soon, came to take my city. So I bound their ankles and tossed them all to the rocks, head first.
You murdered your entire clan?
All that were left, aye. And the word is executed, not murdered. And Ard offers food, freedom, and protection with his right hand. With his left, promises cruelty and punishment. Those that covet the right. Simple as that.
And that's why I gave them, and that's when they gave you the title of Despot of Markarth.
No. That story's far worse.
Hmm.
No. I won't be telling it this day.
Okay. Well, let's go talk to dude. Oh God.
Elaine, I've been watching, but Lady Elaine hasn't returned to Understone Keep. I wonder how the Ard plans to deal with her. Speaking of Ard Caddach, will he meet with me now? Will he help us stop Rada, al-Saran, and the Grey Host?
Ard Caddach will meet with you, but he wants to keep Blaine close for now.
Well, that's some progress.
Yay!
Faster than I was able to get on my own. Thank you. I'll talk to Caddach. Then I'd like to make contact with the Rada. We'll need the rebels' help and more if we're going to defeat the Grey Host.